I said Kunle earlier, quite an excitement news there coming from the camp of Nigeria's D Tigers as they have booked their ticket to to make their 20th appearance in the Afro Basket tournament scheduled for Angola later this year. But fans of basketball are really excited. But now I'm not here alone to get into the analysis of all of this and many more activities that went down during the weekend. I have with me Osi Ugo, who's joining me live via Zoom all the way from the United Kingdom. Osi, good morning and welcome to Kakaki Sports.
Good morning, Sim Bishima. It's always a pleasure doing this with you. How have you been?
I'm great, I'm great. I see you're showing your excitement by flying the Nigerian colors right there. Although I was thinking you wear the basketball jersey, not the Super Eagles jersey though.
Well, the basketball jersey is a singlet, and it's very cold over here, so I better get
Oh, I
myself
see, I see. All right, I can understand. But anyways, you're flying the colors. That's a good thing. And I know you're excited. So let's get right into it. Nigeria's D Tigers booking their ticket to make their 20th appearance for the AfroBasket coming up this year in Angola. After so many doubters, didn't give them chance because of all of that happened, and they had to get into this playoffs qualifiers to book that ticket. 3 consecutive win back-to-back. Your thoughts on the performance of the Tigers and what you think of this qualification and to do for their, to boost their chances of going further?
I want to say kudos to the management of the Nigeria Basketball Federation, first of all, ably led by Ahmed Kida. He has been there, this is his second term, and ever since then, I'm not sure the D Tigers have not been able to qualify for any tournament. Correct me if I'm wrong with my stats. But anyway, the D Tigers they won this championship first time in 2015, and
2015, yeah.
they were supposed to, defend it in 2017. But host Tunisia shot that didn't happen in 2017. And ever since then, they've been trying their best also to win it. Don't forget, they are four-time silver medalists and three-time bronze medalists when it comes to the Afro basket. And we all remember how they started like a pack of cards falling into pieces at the beginning. The Abdulrahman Mohammed led side didn't, inspire confidence, but they left the best for the last this time. They revenge against teams that defeated them. They revenge against Cape Verde, revenge against Libya, whom they also lost to in what you call in football in dying minutes in basketball, and also against what is
Uganda.
the other team?
Uganda and Cape
Against
Verde.
Uganda, yeah, whom they were able to beat with a comfortable 10
20
points lead.
points gap, yes.
20-point lead. This time doubling the 10-point lead they lost with last year. Last year they lost 62-72 against Uganda, but this time they were able to double it this time. So how else can you revenge against a team that almost ensured you didn't go to the Afro basket? I'm so happy for them. And looking at the crop of players that were injected into that team also, you want to understand the kind of stuff Coach Abdulrahman Mohammed is made of. He had to dig in deep, get some of these players. Also, he got players from the local league
Yes, local
and
leagues are
infused
confusing.
into that team. And that is how far we've gotten ourselves. The work is not done for them now for like because they are going into the nick of teams, right? But they're going into the Lions Den. It's going to be a tough one going to the championship proper in Angola in August.
All right, indeed, we keep our fingers crossed for the Tigers, but we're excited about this news. It's been a long time coming, a lot of expectations for the team, and now they finally booked that ticket. Hopefully, they will go and replicate this form and get a medal at least. It's been a long time, like I said. But now let's move away from basketball now to football. And precisely one of the most talked about game in English Football League, talking about the English Premier League, the game between Man City, that's the defenders, and the contenders. It was an intense one, but the contenders took the night. Osi, what do you think is happening to Pep Guardiola at this point?
The fall of an empire.
Okay.
For the first time, yeah, it's the fall of an empire, the crumbling of an empire. If you strength of history, there was a time it was the Greek Empire that was ruling the whole world, the Roman Empire that was ruling the whole world, and they all ended. Just like when Britain was also ruling the whole world, and it
At some
ended
point, it
nice and
ended,
good.
yes.
America with the big man himself, Donald Trump, in office. So right now, it's the turn of Liverpool. Liverpool haven't lost a game in 23 games right now. And looking how they are like a house on fire. And to me, they are already the team elect, the champions elect in the English Premier League. Who is going to stop them? They've only lost once, and that was against Nottingham Forest. And ever since then, in the English Premier League, it's that they come back from the dead and draw that game. And losing is something you can't afford to do if you're going to win the English Premier League. It's one of the most competitive league in the world. And massive kudos to that team. Massive kudos also to another African in that team, Mohamed Salah. He
All
scored his
right.
25th goal of the
Yes.
season. And is he going to reach about
I was
12
about to
games or so
I was about to say
to the
that
end of
Mohamed Salah and Erling Haaland top on the list for Golden Boot, English Premier League Golden Boot this season. Do you think Mohamed Salah stand a chance? Last season he ended in 7th place, but now he's top of the table, 25 goals from 27 matches played so far. Erling Haaland is right behind him there with 11 goals played so far, scored so far in the APO. Your thoughts? Do you think Mohamed Salah will get this one this time around?
look at you just mentioned it to look at the disparity
But it's
between the
possible he
goals.
might score hat-trick in the remaining 12 or 11 games
And
thereabouts.
I want to just oppose it right now. Like you said, last season, Mohamed Salah was assist or seventh
7th,
on
yeah, yeah.
the scholars uh, league or
Chats, yeah.
the running. Yeah, the last season of Erling Haaland is the last season of Mohamed Salah. The last season of Mohamed Salah is the last season of Alan as we speak, because look at he's a shadow of himself. Though he injured, but it's not the Alan. He has learned to eat the humble pie right now.
All
The
right.
humble year on the bench
Okay,
right
all
now.
right. Let's not get
And
into
those
that
who are
battle
looking
now.
on the pitch going forward,
Okay.
it shows you how a player can transition from one of the best things to have happened to English football to to
Oh,
a shadow of himself for want of not using the wrong word this very morning. So I
okay.
see Mohamed Salah winning this. In fact, some people, some pundits, some senior pundits have come out and say, look, if he continues like this, he's going to be the best player to
In
have ever
Africa.
emerged
In,
from the English Premier League and also a
oh,
contender for the Ballon d'Or.
oh, right, indeed. And also maybe the African best player next season. Well, Nigeria's are still coming for
If
it.
you're a bigger contender for the Ballon d'Or, what is now the African
Okay.
blood here?
But these
I
were
was
the
thinking
results.
my brother Lukman should go further for that bet. He
All
has been
right.
having some
But
poor,
these were the
form in
results.
that club.
OC, these were the results from match day 26 in the English Premier League. But now let's move away from that now to performance, European football, and precisely the performance of Nigerian players in European football. Lots of these players got themselves on the scoreboard for the match day in their various clubs. Talking about Moses Simon, Gibbs Orban, and Ademola Lookman so far. Your thoughts on these Super Eagles players and looking at the World Cup qualifiers coming in, do you think these are some
Eh,
prospects for the Eric Chell to call in for the World Cup qualifiers?
Is he? It's a good one. Our top players are scoring. Goals. The last weekend it was even a defender, Akam Mbasi, who scored. And I'm happy. I'm happy because they should be in top spirit ahead of World Cup qualifiers. It's a make or match, just like the G Tigers going, leaving it late
Yeah.
to the late part of the qualification to pick the ticket. I believe our players are going to leave it late and we must, by all means necessary, pick up the qualification spot and go into the World Cup. Come on, we are blessed with so much players in this world. We are one of the most talented, we got one of the talented pool of players all over the world. So why we shouldn't be where we are on the standing? We should
Yes.
be at the top. It's very miserable. Each time I look at the World Cup standing, I just flip over because it saddens me.
Oh.
So I believe we should have a paradigm shift right now with Chile in charge.
All right, just talking about the performance of Nigerian players. Ademola Lookman has been in the news lately. He was in the news in the Europa League. Sadly, Atlanta lost out of the tickets for the round of 16, but the Champions League rather. But now he has been in the news for what happened between him and his coach. However, the coach has come out to apologize. But I'll just take us back to that situation. Do you think he deserved that treatment from coach? And was he right to have picked the ball for the penalty? So it's a both way thing.
Well, I didn't know the coach has apologized because we all know Gasperini to be a very, very
He said he
uh,
didn't mean to disrespect Lookman. That was the statement, anyways.
well. If there's the apology I expect from him is should be in white and black and plain in
I am
Italian or
sorry.
whatever. Yeah, I apologize from the bottom of
Okay.
my heart. I shouldn't have, I've spoken to you that way. You are one of the best things to have happened to this team. You are one of the players who single-handedly handed over the Europa
Europa
Cup to
League
us.
Cup,
It's
yeah.
a big shame. I feel offended as a Nigerian. I feel offended as an African. I feel offended as a supporter of football to see a coach come out as his player, in that manner, it shows lack of respect, lack of dignity for one of the best players in your team. And will you do that to other players? Look, what happened? Why didn't you also do that when one of the players, missed one of the penalties? He had four penalties. He scored two and lost two. If he has scored one of those penalties, there won't
Yeah,
be a game
yes,
position when
yes.
they're playing Club Brugge in the Champions League. And he didn't come after him. What about the captain that also messed up in that game that almost turned into UFC? Why didn't he come after the captain? It shows you the levity of hatred and racism, pure racism, blatant racism these guys have got against African players. And Lukman is not somebody that talks. If it was someone like Vito Osimhen, he would have given it to you back to back to back. You guys they would have gone back for back, But I'm happy, even his body language shows it. He didn't offer him a handshake when he was substituted yesterday. If he wasn't the one that helped them to win the Europa League, who is going to be talking about Atlanta? Apart from the fiasco that we've known Gasperini for. He had it also with the former player, the former captain of the team, Gomez, and that led to Gomez leaving. That was even worse stuff. It was a
All
physical
right.
assault on his captain. Come on, I'm so pissed off each time I remember this situation. He needs to offer a complete, unreserved apology to that player.
All right, indeed. I mean, that was the reaction, or should I say the statement from the coach, as stated out there by a popular pundit on social media. And again, Ademola's Lukman reaction followed immediately, where he posted how he was disappointed with the coach for, coming out to say what he said about him and in the manner he said it. But now we're hearing that the coach has actually said that he didn't mean to disrespect Lukman, and we've seen it that Lukman actually took that apology in good faith by making it 2 goals against for the Atlanta last night. So it's a good one for Lukman for his form and for his start going into that competition. But now let's now quickly look at the Super Eagles standing, like you mentioned earlier in our group, Super Eagles standing and the matches lined up for March. With all the performance of players coming up in this particular different leagues across the world, this is currently what is in front of the Super Eagles right now. A game 21st of March and 25th of March, and currently Nigeria is in 5th place, OC. Do you see Nigeria's first game against Rwanda being a good, taking that one home against Rwanda?
Yeah, everything is possible with the Super Eagles. Everything is possible. You can see me donning my Super Eagles jersey. I'm one of the players that I am in a toxic relationship with the Super Eagles. They win, they lose. I still got no choice. I have to watch them. I got no other team I can support. I've been supporting this team since 1994 at the 1994 Nations Cup and the World Cup. I'm too old right now to start giving up on that team. I see them
Right.
doing well, especially with the crop of players. I have so much faith in Eric Chen.
Okay.
I hope it doesn't break my heart.
All right, indeed. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Indeed, that game is no longer fast-fed. February is out. In the coming weeks, we'll be getting perhaps hints on players that will be making it to the list for that game between for Nigeria in the World Cup qualifiers. Hopefully, they pick a point and a ticket going into the 2026 World Cup. But thank you so much, OC, for making our time to join us on the show this morning.
Pleasure.
All right,
So
indeed. Well, that's our package on Kakaki Sports.